myself. I'm feeling myself. I'm feeling myself. I'm feeling myself. I'm feeling myself. I'm just playing. Hey y'all, welcome back to my channel again, Fun Size Dazzy. So today I'm doing a story time. So as in the title, as you can see, I went to a Christian college. Don't judge me on why. I chose to go to a Christian college because growing up in high school, I was always on a straight and narrow about everything. Well, not everything, but you know, I pretty much kept my reputation at a certain point. And I didn't want to go, I felt like I was going to go to college and go wild. So I felt like maybe if I stayed at a place where people don't go as wild, then I'll be okay. Dead wrong. So what happened was, everybody knows the Christian college most likely is full of a whole bunch of preachers' kids who went because it's cheaper or their parents made them go and they go out anyway, right? So this is how it went. I graduated high school in 2013, and after that summer I went to the school. It was in Florida, and I'm not going to put the school name because I don't know if I'm allowed to. I don't know anything about this YouTube copyright stuff, but when I decided to go, I was so happy. I was so spiritually in line. I was so ready for like a new start over because I lived in Georgia since the beginning of my high school career, and I hated Georgia. It was like the most miserable time of my life. I wanted to go home to Cali, but Cali's expensive and things like that. So I decided to go to school in Florida and give me a new start, a fresh place, new people. Nobody knows me, things like that. Sorry for my dog, guys. Say hi, Kobe. But so I went, and it was fun at first. Like I met a friend. Her name, I'm not gonna say her name, but I'm gonna just say we're gonna call her Beautiful. Her name was Beautiful, and this is a weird way we met. So our Christian college, I joined the Twitter page they had. And then I follow people who was going to the school and stuff like that. So maybe when I get there, I can, know somebody already. So I had her on my Twitter. She was like, anybody want to meet up? Because I found this guy that I thought was really cute, and I know where he lives or whatever. Like his dorm happened to be right across from my dorm. So I was like, I'll go, because I was literally sitting in my room hearing everybody having fun outside. I didn't know anybody. And my roommate wasn't there yet, and I haven't met her yet. So I didn't know anybody at all. It was like my first night there. So I tweeted her back, I'll go. She said, okay, meet me by the volleyball court. So our school is like based outside. It's an outside school. So if you go outside my dorm, down the stairs, there's like a volleyball court, and then they have hammocks and palm trees. It's all beautiful and beachy looking. So we meet by the volleyball courts, and she's like, oh, my name is Beautiful. That's not her real name. I'm saying it. I'm like, oh, my name is Desiree. And so she knocks on the door. She's like, oh, hi. I just wanted to say hi. It was weird because she said she met him at like the registration office or something like that. And he was really cute though. But and he was like, oh, okay, cool. So then we just walked away from his dorm, and we saw a boy there. I'm gonna say his name is Drake. I like that name. So we saw Drake there, and he became one of our closer friends. But we saw him, he was like this half black, half Puerto Rican guy, afro or whatever, and he was like running around like this is like elementary school. We was like, boy, what you doing? And he was like, oh, we're playing this game. They were playing some game, like some weird grown-up hide and seek. So he was playing some weird, I guess people playing weird like catch each other game. I forgot what it was. And we was like, okay, cool. And I think him and her exchanged numbers or whatever. So then me and her just was like, we just like, oh, let's just meet up later or something like that. It was so long ago, I can't remember that. It was like a long night. But I do remember like later, I guess they texted, so we all met up at like our school had like a restaurant little area, and you could sit, they had like tables outside, so we met up over there. And we were meeting people. Everybody was giving their testimonies. There were some people like playing guitars, singing music. It was a real hippie Christian moments that we had. It was kind of fun though. Like I really liked it. I was never around like a whole bunch of people who actually believe the same thing I believe. So it was kind of cool. Everybody giving their testimonies or why they here, what made them go to this school and things like that. so me and my friend was there, and then me and him was, and then I guess the guy that we met, Drake, he became our close friend. So all three of us, every time you saw us for like, every time you saw us, you saw all three of us. And so we were close. And then I think this is a weird story because me and Beautiful were close really quick. I never clicked with anybody that quick. She kind of understood me. She was fun. She was different. And some people didn't know how to accept that about her. Her fun, hyper, different attitude. But I loved her. Like, we were so close. We did everything together. We sometimes slept in each other's room. Like, I mostly slept in her room because, like, her roommate was never in her room. And I had a roommate that I didn't really, she was kind of different from me. We didn't, like, vibe. So, I was always in her room. Then, like, our friend Drake, he had other friends. He's very social. He's the social one out of all of us. But he's very social, so he had friends. Then we met another friend of his name, I'm going to just make up a name. We call him, who he remind me of? Gibby. So, he had a truck, and none of us had cars there. Like, I had a car at home, but I couldn't bring it all the way to Fort yet. Plus, freshmen are not allowed to have cars, I think. But, so he had a car, and we made a plan. They was like, everybody, let's go to the beach or whatever. So, our school was probably 40 minutes away from the beach. So, he was like, okay. So, we went to the beach, had fun, took pictures, all types of stuff. But we were always close, and one day I went to my friend Beautiful's room, and she had her drawer open, and there was like a prescription bottle in there. But I didn't think anything of it because I have prescription bottles for like ibuprofen, like things like that, because I have very bad period cramps. So I was like, maybe she had the same thing, or it could be like Burkish, I don't know, something. And I didn't think it was anything bad. But till one day, I guess she was feeling sick, and she was like, I didn't want people to know because I didn't want people to still feel sorry for me. And I was like, what's wrong? And she was like, well, the reason why I have those prescription pills is because I have sickle cell pneumonia. Pneumonia? Is that the name? Yeah, I think so. Sickle cell. And I was like, what? And I knew I had a cousin who had it. I knew a person like in middle school who had it, but they never make it, like the people who have it, they never make it like it's a deadly thing. So I was like, okay, so I thought maybe she just take the pill to make it. She was like, yeah. She didn't make it seem that bad. But I didn't know that sickle cell people aren't supposed to be exposed to the sun that much. We was going to the beach. They're not supposed to, I guess certain levels of activity. It was like certain things she wasn't supposed to do that I didn't know that I wish I knew. Because sometimes I feel like maybe we could have prevented what happened to her. But I think probably a couple months into school, she got really sick. And she had to go to the hospital. So we asked one of the RAs to take us to the doctor because she was saying her whole body hurts. I guess it's one of the symptoms that happens when you're having a break. So we go to the hospital. This hospital in this town sucks. Like, literally, we gave her a name, whatever. We literally saying this is a disease that she has that maybe is a big deal right now. Like, I don't know much about it, but I knew that whatever she was going through, she was in so much pain. She was crying. It was horrible. And they were just taking their time. And I went up there, I was like, somebody gonna come and help my friend. She's like, in pain. What is wrong with y'all? Like, I don't know. The hospital, some like, them low budget hospitals get on my nerves. So they finally called her back. They had her, even after they called her back, they still had her in the bed in pain, waiting for a nurse to come in for an hour. And she's literally in pain. Like, I don't know what to do. I can't do anything about it. I don't know anything about her disease that much because So when the nurse finally comes in, the nurse asked her if she ever took this certain type of medicine. She said, yes, I took all the time in a hospital that she used to, by her house. And she said, but they used to give me Benadryl with it. And the lady's like, why do they give you Benadryl? She said, I don't know, they always do that. So instead of the lady assuming that she might be allergic to it, she like, I don't see why they give it to you unless you're allergic to it. So why you didn't just give her Benadryl just in case? But I don't know. So she gave her the medicine. And so then I was like, literally, they didn't have it, like, it was just a small hospital room, so they had like a chair, and I was literally just laying on the chair, and I was like hurting. But she had a lot of stuff that she needed because they said she was going to be admitted. So the RA took me back to the house, to the dorms, and I went to her room, and I packed all her stuff that she needed. Like, she's very girly, so she needed her stuff. So I packed everything that she needed, and I packed me some stuff. And then I went back up there, and she was like, yeah, well, the lady told me I had to go home or whatever. So I left her stuff there, went home, and then she texted me like, oh, she feeling a little better. Everything's gonna be alright because it's something that happens to her all the time. I said, okay, cool. She was in the hospital for like a week, and she was like, I should be back soon. Her mom had finally was able to come down probably the next day that she went into the hospital, but her mom and them were there. And I talked to her one night, and I had some drama I was going through. I can't remember what it was. It was something really that made me mad. Oh, I think, okay, there was a boy that I thought was cute or whatever. But he used to flirt back with me, and we flirt with each other. Like, it wasn't that big of a deal. But apparently he had like a whole girlfriend this whole time. And I was heated because he acted like he didn't, and then he tried to make it like I was obsessed with him when it wasn't even like that. So I called her, told her, she's like, dang girl, I'm sorry. She sounded normal. Like, she just sounded like she was ready to go to bed. So I was like, girl, I'm gonna hit you up tomorrow morning. I literally talked to her that morning. I went to sleep, and I woke up, and our friend Drake. Hey guys, actually 2 days before that, I got a call from her mother stating that she had went into a coma and she was in ICU, and that she had blood clots all throughout her body. And I literally started crying and called my grandmother and my mother, and they were like praying for me, and her, and they were saying she's gonna be okay, she'll get through it. And I guess before I knew it, I went to go see her again, and then the day after I went to see her, this is when the text message from my friend happened. He calls me, said, did you get the message? I'm like, what are you talking about? What message? I'm like, what are you talking about? You know, I've been asleep. I look at my text messages, and her mother texted everybody on her phone and said that she passed away that morning. I literally just talked to her that night. And it hurt so bad because I was like, what do you mean? I just talked to her like she was fine. I know they had a moment where they was like she had blood clots in her body. And I guess the blood clots got to her. I don't know what happened, but it seemed, I didn't thought she was just gonna get over it. You know, like regular. I thought she was gonna come home with me, and we were gonna go to class together and stuff like that. I didn't know that she wasn't coming back. You know, and I said, let me call you back. And then literally, I just sat in my bed and I was crying. My roommate doesn't really care about me. She just walked away. I don't know. And I was just crying and crying. And then I hear a knock on the door. And there's these group of people that we hung out with sometimes. And they all came to the door. And they was like, Destiny, are you okay? I was looking rough. Like, my hair was everywhere. I had tears on my face. I was like, that doesn't make sense. I don't get what's wrong with her. She was fine. She was supposed to be coming home. Like, you know. And everybody was like, it's going to be okay. We're going to pray. We're going to get through this. And, like, I just didn't know how to feel. Like, I literally didn't eat. Stuff like that. They made me get dressed and go down and eat. I just put my hand like a sloppy bun and went and ate something. And it was just a horrible situation. Like, I didn't know how to feel because, like, even though we only been friends for a couple months, we created this bond with each other that was so strong, and it kind of hurt me because I remember, like, the last conversation we really had was like, she like, you know what I found? Like a meme, they said friends that meet in college are friends forever. And I was like, I thought that was so cool because I never really had like the true friend forever type of situation. And I was like, oh, that'd be cool if I actually have a friend who's like my friend, like nobody else's, you know. Not just like not being selfish, but like my best friend, my homie, to somebody I can grow old with. Like people want to grow old with a husband, but also like why not have your best friend grow old with you too, you know? So when all that happened, I didn't know how to react. Everybody was friends, so teachers let me have some time off. They gave me extra time to do work and things like that. That's one thing I loved about the Christian University was that they really have sympathy for people. They really understand grieving. They have counseling for it. They have all types of stuff for it. So as I was going through that, months and months later, um, we months and months later, I was slowly, just like, but like if anybody ever talked about her, it's kind of like it kind of made me dead. I don't really talk about her a lot now because it just hurts so much to even think about it, even though it was like 3 years ago. But it's crazy because it's like we could have been growing together, probably graduating this year together. And but what made it worse was Drake, who I said was our best guy friend. Me and him we stayed close. He stayed there by my side. But then it got to a point where there was feelings caught in our relationship. And I always did like him, but I never acted on it because I always just wanted a guy friend. I always just wanted somebody a guy friend because somebody I could go to, like without all the extra. But I just like ignored the feelings I had for him, but he couldn't. And I had to make a choice between him and this other guy who seemed amazing. And I made the choice the other guy because I wanted to protect our friendship, but I didn't know that he was gonna cut our complete friendship off because he said he couldn't be around me anymore. So I lost him too. Like this is all in my first year of college.
Okay, this will be a to be continued story. I didn't want to put too much in one story, but this is just the first part of it. This is the first part of my college series. I believe I'm gonna talk more about it because that was a very long year. The situation with my friend happened probably the first 3 months, which is like the first semester of school. So I have more to come, and I will do the part two of my relationship with Chris and my new relationship with new friends and things like that. If you want to know what happened next, please stay tuned. Please subscribe, like, share, anything you would like. Comment if you have any questions. Thank you.